All right, Shelby, I might drop you off, so I got to tell you the truth here. This is actually a reality podcast called Riding with Willy. Got a microphone right here.
Oh,
I've been interviewing you.
That's amazing. I like that she was on the other foot for once.
That's fun. That was fun. I was so excited when you told me what you did. I was like, yes.
Yeah, we got a live one.
This is a great one. It's going to make a great episode.
Wow. It's time for another podcast episode of Riding with Willy, the Nashville Be Careful What You Share in a Rideshare Reality podcast. The conversations are always candid, some hysterical, some poignant, and always amazing. And while the participants don't know initially they are being recorded, each has given permission to use their interviews in this podcast. So buckle up and let's join Willy on this rolling rideshare Ride Around Nashville reality podcast.
So your first time in Nashville, huh?
From Kansas City, and then I live in Miami now. So.
Nice. What kind of work do you do?
I have a couple businesses. The main one being called the Selfie Room. People go and take selfies. I have in St. Louis.
A selfie room?
Yes.
Was it a green screen thing?
No, it's actually a 3,000 square foot studio space with 19 different stations that are all cool themes. So we have a giant ball pit you can jump in and take photos in. We have a, fake, like a bathtub you can climb in and pretend you're taking a bath. Funny things like that.
That's cool. And it's one price, and you get to be in there for X amount of time? Or
Exactly. It's designed to be a 1 hour experience, but you can technically stay as long.
Was that your idea?
There's similar concepts, so I cannot claim the idea as a concept, but it's this recent business trend and industry that just popped up out of nowhere probably 10 years ago called the experience-based business.
Okay.
And the first one that I saw was called the Museum of Ice Cream. And they sell ice cream, but they also are just photographable, fun place. You can call it the Willy Wonka factory. That's kind of what they were going for, but it just ended up being, people were posting it on Instagram. They were going there to take pictures, and the ice cream was a plus.
What else do you do?
So I have a tech company as well. I have the Uber for promotional models. And so when you see people at events that are representing brands, if you go to a NASCAR event, you see a bunch of tents, Coca-Cola and stuff. People working those events don't actually work for Coca-Cola. They're just there for that event. So we help staff a marketing event type jobs. So that business was kind of a main thing, but then of course with the pandemic, events didn't exist. So I've had the last 2 years to kind of, build up this other one, the Selfie Room one, and now the events are coming back. So, I'm going to be switching my focus.
And what are your businesses called? You have two, so.
What? It's called the Selfie Room, yeah.
The Selfie Room, yeah.
Yeah, I have
Just
the
says
Selfie
what it
Room
is.
St. Louis and the Selfie Room Miami Beach now, which is what I'm opening in Miami right now. So that one I'm really excited about because your photos look good and spend money.
I think that would be successful here in Nashville with the amount of bachelorettes that come to this.
I've been told that, so I am excited to see what kind of demographic and vibe is going on, kind of foot traffic there would be, and then,
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah. I'm excited. So.
It's huge.
So yeah, the other one's called PopBookings, a quick booking. So, yeah, it's a fun company as well. It's nationwide. So a brand will go on and post a job, and then people will apply. It's all automated, so it's not I'm staffing everything. Just built an app.
Hey, my name is Kaio.
And I'm Madeline.
And we're riding with Willy.
Oh, there we go. Come on in.
This is a nice ride.
So you're not done for the day, are you?
No, now we're going to go back. I'm going to Mass. She's going to hang out with her friends. They're going to dinner. Well, I'm going to meet her for dinner after Mass.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, my daughter lives here, so she's going to pick me up from Mass.
That's good.
So, yeah. Oh, no, yeah, we're not far from it. It's Saturday night in Nashville. Hello.
It's
Sunday night, but that's all right. You've lost track of time. You've lost track of time.
Gosh.
Good for you.
Sunday? Since this was fun. So much
Leave
fun.
tomorrow at 5:30.
Where are you from?
Chico, California.
Chico, California.
Yes, sir.
Will you stop?
Don't hold that against us. Yes.
Not? How do you like the land of the free here?
Sorry, what's up, boss?
I said, how do you like the land of the free here?
Oh, I love it. My daughter She's heard
Can
the
you
story.
stop using the F word, please?
Maybe. I don't fucking know. I'm gonna fucking try. I'm really gonna try hard to not use that. Okay. So, anyhow, Nashville's so fun. I thought I liked New Orleans until I came here. And we're getting married. And now this girl has to hear my story for the next 30 years.
You're getting married. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
How long you been engaged?
9 months, 8 months, something like that. We met about a year and a half ago, and we both been married before. Both said, "Hey, you know what? No, you're gonna sleep naked, and we're gonna do our best to have fun."
There's some things that you just need to like.
No, those are all things about having a good relationship. You should know these things. If you didn't know that, you should
I
know that.
apologize. Like
You have to apologize. I'm older than y'all.
Well, anyways,
he's
no,
embarrassing me, and that's the problem.
I know. I'm sorry. How long you been doing this?
This job?
Yeah.
About an hour.
Today.
What about you? What do you do, sir?
Contractor. General
Okay.
construction. Yep. And again, I do that as the least I can. My goal is to do the least amount of work as possible every day. So far, it's working out. Whoa, that's bold.
Well,
That's bold. Right across the, like, wow.
just making that U-turn where they can make it.
You know what? The drivers out here, you guys are really hard on the rails on the side of the road. I've never seen so many rails like going, like just demolished, like miles of that stuff. You're all just like tough on the rails. I don't know.
They are certainly behind on the potholes.
Yeah, we had a couple good ones. We rented a truck.
That's probably why the rails are so messed up. People trying to avoid those potholes slam into the side of the...
Yeah, we flew in from San Francisco to JFK and got basically not escorted off, but told, if you sit in these little seats right here and we're going to watch you until 1 o'clock or 9:30 in the morning, we'll let you go back on the plane to Nashville. Like, you know what? Screw it. Rented a car, drove down from New York City to Nashville yesterday.
No, Friday.
What happened at the airport? You had a layover.
I was wearing
They
this
had a
hat.
layover.
Let's
yes,
go, Brandon.
We had a layover.
And then when we got off the plane, they said, you need to stop here. We're going to talk to security. I'm like, what are you talking about? You got to talk. So security finally comes up like a half hour later, like,
She was a bitch.
she was a total bitch. You were abusive to the staff and to the pilot, verbally
We were just
abusive.
playing cards and having a good time.
Yep.
It's not
Whole time.
but
But they did not like my hat. They did not. JFK do not wear these kind of hats.
You can wear whatever you want in America.
That's what I thought. Apparently not. If you want to get back on a plane, apparently not.
What'd they say? If you want to get back on the plane, what?
You got to sit here in these seats. We're going to watch you from 9:30 a.m.
you can't
until
go
1.
and have any drinks.
You can't
have to,
drink.
like,
You just need to sit there and be nice and be quiet. We're timeout. It is timeout until 1 o'clock.
and that really made me mad. I said, I'm done.
Yep.
Like, nope, let's go rent a car. Let's
So
go.
we ran the car and drove from New York City to Nashville on Thursday. Friday. Yeah, we showed up Friday morning. Showed up here like 10 o'clock yesterday. JetBlue. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not saying that word. Look.
Let's go JetBlue.
I like it. That's awesome. Exactly. Yeah, I guess my hat really offended him. I don't know, but it's the only thing I think of, because I asked him, like, we got flying, like, did I do it? Because sometimes I do, I don't remember, like, it didn't seem like that. Like, she goes, no, you absolutely didn't. Okay, like, all right. And I know, when you're on those planes now, you do anything without your little mask on, like, oh my God, they'll get on you. And granted, like 4 times, hey, pull your mask up. 4 times, sure, no
Mine
problem,
fell
sorry.
off and like it keeps falling, it stretches out, and so he tied a knot on mine, and I'm like,
And we're
but I
playing
can't
cards.
breathe. I can't breathe with
From
that. It
San
drives me-
Francisco to JFK, we left at 8. What did we leave at? Like 8:45. We pulled in JFK at like 8 a.m. Like it was like
Yeah.
time switch on. We're playing cards, we had fun. Like, straight to keep it down. Like, we're just talking. Like, not everybody has to sleep. They want everyone to sleep. Okay, sorry, not everyone's gonna sleep. We're having fun. We're playing cards. We're not being loud. And yeah, well, anyways, good times. It was a hell of a drive though. And God bless this one right here. She's like, let's go do a road trip. Love her.
Who you flying back on?
Oh, Alaska. Thank God. Hopefully.
And
If
then-
we're on a no-fly list, we're going to get a car. We'll just drive. I don't give
Hi, this is Alicia from Milwaukee.
Jordan from Milwaukee. We're
Riding with Willie.
Did you bring me a sandwich?
I'm sorry.
You didn't bring me a sandwich. I can't drive you. That's not the Chik-fil-A spirit. Come on. I'm kidding with you. You must like Chik-fil-A. It's a long way to drive to
It is a
go to
long
work.
way. But the pay, it's really good.
You like the pay? Is that the best part about the job?
Actually not. I love like interacting with new people.
Uh-huh.
They're like so sweet.
So you like the customers, and what do you do there?
I work front of house. So I either bag food or call out orders. Or I could be outside taking orders.
Who's the most famous customer you've ever brought food to?
Dolly Parton, she's here almost every week.
Dolly Parton goes to that
Yes.
Chick-fil-A.
All the time.
All right, you got to tell me about Dolly Parton now.
She has a driver. I forgot her driver name. It's the same driver. And she always come in her white Tesla. And then she'll just peek out and she'll speak.
It's a white Tesla, and she's in the back,
And she's in the back.
and she has a driver.
She has a driver. It's a male driver.
Okay, and is he not? Do you actually hand the food to him or to her?
Sometimes she'll roll her window down. Sometimes he'll get it, but she'll still roll her window down and speak. But she comes through a lot.
Is she always nice to you?
She's really sweet.
So is there anybody else you've brought food to that's pretty famous?
A couple people from like TikTok, but that's it.
Dolly Parton, that's cool. What do your friends think about you bringing food out to Dolly Parton?
I mean,
It's no big deal to them. It's just
I don't think everyone else has a reaction there at the store, but I don't think my reaction is always the same as theirs because they're always so happy when she comes.
Oh, that's sweet. All right, so how many Dolly Parton songs can you name?
None.
You can't name a single Dolly Parton song.
Except for the song she wrote for Whitney Houston.
Yeah, well, she didn't write that for Whitney.
Well,
Houston.
she didn't write it for her, but
Whitney
she
made
wrote
a big
it and
yeah.
she
Went,
redid it.
yeah. Can you sing that song?
No.
Are you singing on?
I cannot sing.
Come on.
Can you sing?
Everybody sings.
Yes, everybody does sing, but that don't mean everyone can sing. You know what's crazy? I actually just met Garth Brooks.
You met Garth too?
Yes, I did not know who he was. I worked security at Nissan Stadium, and he had a show at one.
Yeah, the one that got rained out.
It got rained out, and I was there, and I was security by the stage, so we was doing sound check or whatever. And I'm walking with him, not knowing who he is. And so everyone.
Okay, so
was
he's
like,
doing the biggest concert in Nashville in years at the stadium. You're walking with him, and you don't know it.
Have no clue who he was until someone was like, "Do you know who that is? Are you going to speak?" And I was so lost for words.
Did you talk to him?
I did. We spoke, and it was just so crazy that I did not know who he was.
And was he friendly to you?
He's so friendly. Only thing is, he was not like. So the show started late because he was like, the seats wasn't filled enough for him.
Right.
And he was like, he's not starting the show until he feel like it's a big enough crowd. But then when it was time to start the show, it poured.
What kind of work do you do?
I work in television, so I cast shows.
That is very interesting.
It's pretty much just like talking to strangers. It's like the closest thing that I can equate it to.
Are you sending a lot of people down to Atlanta?
Yeah, Atlanta is definitely the hub for filming anything.
Oh, yeah.
For just like the taxes, it's so much easier. It used to be, Baton Rouge used to be where everything was filmed.
Now, are you, do you work for yourself or you work for another agency, company?
So I am technically freelance, so I get hired on by networks to cast their shows. It's a fun job.
So any shows that we would know?
I do a lot of shows for Netflix.
Okay.
I do Love is Blind. I did a show called The Courtship that's on NBC now. I've done Undercover Boss, Married at First Sight. I've done a little bit of everything.
So when you cast Undercover Boss,
Yes.
are you just interviewing CEOs or small business owners or?
Yeah, so it's usually like a CEO sometimes it'll be like a CFO, a vice president, kind of someone on like the high executive level. But yeah, so that we would interview them, and
I'm going to guess you get a lot of requests for that particular show.
it's honestly it's such a worthwhile thing for any business. You know, what I would used to tell people is a 30-second ad, you know, on a network will run you, you know, $250,000, and this is an hour-long
Branding opportunity.
Branding opportunity that you don't pay anything for except for
Absolutely.
rewarding your employees, which is still going to be so much less than you pay for 30 seconds.
Oh, and it's such a positive return on investment.
Absolutely.
I mean, you're gonna endear yourself to an entire nation that's tuned in. Yeah, it's a great concept. It's the favorite thing you've ever had the privilege of casting for.
Oh, that's a hard one. I think my favorite thing that I've ever worked on is maybe Love is Blind. That's a really fun one to do. The dating shows are pretty fun.
And how's casting done? I mean, is it video?
All virtually. So yeah, even pre-pandemic, it was still all virtual.
Are you calling it first and then doing live interviews? Or are you just doing live interviews from the start?
So we do, we'll have like a pre-vetting process with people before they get to an interview with me. And then all interviews are done virtually. So they've always been done over like Zoom or on Skype. Because we'll cast nationwide for a lot of things. So can't bring people into office. But yeah, it's so, I mean, I could essentially do my job from anywhere.
All right, Shelby, I might drop you off, so I got to tell you the truth here. This is actually a reality podcast called Riding with Willy. Got a microphone right here.
Oh,
I've been interviewing you. Anything you want to shout out and promote real quick?
The Courtship on NBC.
There we go, the Courtship on NBC. All right.
Wait, that's amazing. I like that she was on the other foot for once.
That's fun. That was fun. I was so excited when you told me what you did. I was like, yes.
Yeah, we got a live one.
This is a great one. It's gonna make a great episode. So, where you are, Tim?
I worked at a Mother's Ruin in Germantown.
Popular spot.
Oh yeah.
How was St. Patty's? I picked a couple of people up from there.
I'm still having work dreams from St. Patrick's Day.
Are you really?
Oh, it was so busy.
Yeah.
Crazy. I watched the sun come up from the bar.
So you working tonight, or you just?
No, I'm hanging. Someone's gonna make me a drink tonight.
What's the craziest thing you've ever seen?
Oh man. Well, 2 weeks ago we had a girl pee in the middle of the bar, like in the dining room area. Just
hike it up and go.
Couldn't wait for the bathroom line, so she just went for it. I saw a guy get stabbed in the leg one time. A few times, like that was crazy.
By a dude, a girl?
Yeah, he was
pissed off girlfriend.
He was throwing a guy out who was too drunk, and he was
it was an
start
employee.
fights. Yeah, he was
an employee got stabbed.
Yeah.
Did he recover okay?
Yeah, he's doing good now.
All right.
Missed that artery. Yeah, it's fights. And see a lot of wedding rings come off at the bar. Definitely like side eye on that. Yeah.
So what's the strangest customer you ever had?
Oh, we have this guy who comes in. He says he's the smartest man in the world, like smarter than Elon Musk and all this. I'm just like, all right, man. He's a weird one. I have this great guy in Florida named Kirby. He had Down syndrome, but he loved punk rock. And he had a ever-changing colored mohawk. And he was the best dude. Because I used to work at a punk venue in Florida.
Sure.
That was awesome. And if you made fun of, like, if anyone made fun of him, he had the best, like, quips and stuff. And then we would throw the drunk guy out making fun of that guy. But, yeah, that guy was cool.
You remember any of the quips he had?
No, it's just like, I may have Down syndrome, but you're going to be an asshole forever or something
exactly.
like that. Yeah. Well, I've served a lot of, like, celebrities.
Nicest celebrity you ever served?
Nicest, Reba McEntire.
Reba McEntire.
Reba, she calls me Sweet Sauce. I used to work at Bourbon Steak up at the top of the JW.
Okay.
And she would come in. She would have the private dining room with all her business people. And she would just sashay into the dining room. No, I'm from right here in Nashville. A bell meat and gingerbread. Give it to her. She's like, you know what I want, sweet sauce. Thank you, baby. Being a rock and roll guy. Tony Iommi and Robert Plant came in the same night separately to the JW.
Wow.
There were a few of us who were just like, all right.
Yeah. Robert Plant, tell me about that, man.
Robert Plant, gin and tonic, and then Chenin Blanc at the same time. White wine and gin and tonic. Nice guy. Really nice guy.
Biggest asshole you ever waited on? You don't care to...
Oh, man.
You don't mind calling out?
My dad.
Your dad. That man.
There's so many. There's so many big assholes out there.
I'm glad my son and I are tight.
We're here for a book signing.
A book, so you're an author.
I am.
Wonderful. And your name is Megan what?
Brandy.
Megan Brandy?
Yes.
Okay, and what type of books do you write?
I write romance novels.
Tell me about your latest book. How's it doing?
It's doing pretty good. It just came out a couple weeks ago, actually.
Okay.
And it's,
What's it called?
It's called Say You Swear.
And what's the elevator synopsis?
Oh, God, I hate that question. Shoot. That's hard. I'm not very good at selling my own stuff. It's about a young girl in her first year of college. She's going brokenhearted and she meets somebody new. I don't have an elevator pitch. It's a long pitch.
Go right ahead. I was just being We have we got 13 minutes left on the drive, so you're fine. Go right.
Basically, she meets someone new, and then the other person starts to realize their mistakes. And as soon as she realizes she's over that person, she gets in an accident and wakes up and she's lost some of her memory, and it's working back towards what she decides she wants to do, because now her options are open for the first person she was in love with or the new person that she found as she got older. So that's about it.
And who's your audience? Young girls?
Yeah, like 17 to 25. It's kind of a wide range, but that's like the biggest age groups.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of people, like all ages yesterday.
So what's the most exciting thing about being an author? I mean, you obviously, when did you realize you wanted to become an author, and when did you decide that?
Actually, it's only about 5 years ago. Maybe like 7 years ago is when I really got back into or really started reading heavily, and then I just decided I wanted to. It wasn't something I aspired to forever. I actually didn't even enjoy reading when I was younger. But after I started reading, then I was like, I just got an idea, and I was like, well, I want to try. Which it sounds, I hate to say that as someone who's worked their whole life to try to do it and couldn't, But it's something that I came into and enjoyed, and I guess I did it well.
So Megan, what is this life like now? What you got something new in the works you can share?
And not yet. Right, I just finished this one, and it took me longer than anything else I've done. So I'm kind of just doing the back end stuff right now. Like working with the advertisers and all that things. But
it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of back end work that I don't think people really realize. You can't just sit down and write.
Who's your favorite author?
Actually, her name is S.E. Hall, and she is an indie author. In fact, I think she might have publishers also, but I don't pay attention really to that side of things. I just like her work. That's my favorite author.
Hope you enjoyed this episode of Riding with Willy, your Nashville Be Careful What You Share in a Rideshare Reality podcast. Be sure to subscribe here to catch each new weekly episode of Season 1. Look for us on social media and find us on the internet at pod615.com. Click on the Riding with Willy link for show notes and more information. Remember, all of the passengers in this show have given their permission to be featured. As always, thanks for listening. Riding with Willy is a podcast production from the Pod615 and William Kitchens Creative Group, Inc.
Oh, there we go.